When you work with cameras long enough, you realize light isn't just about brightness. It's about shape, softness, direction, and the way it transforms a subject. We've all had moments where the gear on hand just couldn't keep up. Big lights that took forever to set, or small ones that didn't quite deliver the punch. That's why this little unit, the Zhiyun Molus X200 RGB, feels worth a closer look. It's a palm-sized light that claims 200 watts of power, full RGB, and proper color accuracy, all packed in something that weighs under a kilo. That already sounds ambitious, but specs alone don't impress us anymore. What matters is how it behaves in a real shoot. So, we're going to talk through the good, the quirks, and where this could change how you work with light. Out of the box, it comes with a Bowens mounted lens reflector, AC cable, Zhiyun V-mount power adapter, and an adjustable angle bracket, all neatly packed in a storage bag. The first thing that hits is the weight, or rather, the lack of it. At just over 800 grams, you can comfortably hold it in one hand without thinking twice. Compared to the heavy bricks we're used to mounting on C-stands, this feels refreshing. The body is a smart mix of aluminum and high-strength plastic. It feels solid enough to throw into a backpack without worrying about dents, yet light enough to carry around all day. Powering it on is straightforward. The light connects to its power hub via a V-mount adapter. You just slide it in and plug the cable into the hub. That keeps everything compact and neat. There's no hub dangling off the light. Behind the body, you'll find two fans, one for the hub, one for the light itself, working silently in the background. Even during long sessions, they stay subtle enough not to creep into audio, which matters far more than flashy branding. The rear layout is minimal, but functional. A crisp OLED screen sits alongside tactile dials, letting you adjust brightness, color temperature, RGB, and settings with precision. And finally, the Bowens mount. Zhiyun gave the X200 a native Bowens mount with a quick release button, meaning every softbox, beauty dish, reflector, or snoot you already own locks in effortlessly. From the first hold, it's clear this isn't a portable gimmick. It's a serious, well-thought-out piece of kit. Now, let's talk about what it does when powered up. This is where the X200 earns respect. With the included diffuser, we measured roughly 19,000 lux at 1 meter. That's serious light output from something this compact. It means you can use it as a key light in a full-body portrait or even in a small commercial scene without needing to double up fixtures. The beam quality is smooth, no hard hotspots or color fringes. Even at full power, the fall-off looks natural, which is not always the case with smaller LEDs. What impressed us most is how consistent it stays across the dimming range. At 5%, it's soft and subtle, without weird color shifts. At 100%, it's blinding enough to mimic a much larger unit. Color rendering is equally solid. Skin tones looked healthy, product surfaces retained their true shades, and when we pulled the files into post, the grading stayed clean. CRI and TLCI numbers back it up, but in practice, you'll notice how easy it is to balance with other lights. No weird green casts to fight against. That alone saves hours in color correction. Flexibility is where it becomes fun. The CCT range runs from 2500 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin. That means you can warm a scene to match candlelight or cool it to blend with harsh daylight. And the RGB control opens another door. Instead of stacking gels, you scroll through hues, saturations, and intensities right on the panel or through the app. We tried it as an accent light, pushing a deep teal across a backdrop, and the shift was instant. Later, we dialed in a magenta rim just to see how it played against skin. Both looked natural, without that cheap LED feel you sometimes see in low-end panels. It isn't just colorful, it's refined. The integrated V-mount plate is a clever touch. Snap on a battery and you're untethered. We ran it outdoors with a single 95 watt-hour V-mount and had over an hour of strong output. With a dual battery hub, you can push even longer. For indoor work, plug it straight into mains. And if you're really traveling light, even a PD 3.1 USB-C source can keep it running. On top of that, the USB-C output doubles as a charger, so you can top up your phone or other devices while shooting. That flexibility is exactly the kind of thing that makes or breaks a real-world workflow. What's more, the setup is quick. If you've ever wasted 20 minutes running cables across a room just to get a key light on, you'll appreciate being able to throw this onto a stand, clip in a battery, and be shooting in minutes. That speed reduces friction, and less friction means more energy for the creative part. We tested it in a product shoot where the client needed reflective surfaces lit evenly. Normally, that calls for a big soft source, but we mounted the X200 with a 40cm softbox and grid. At just 12% output, the highlights were smooth, no distracting hotspots, and the reflections looked controlled. Later, in the same session, we switched to HSI mode and threw a rich blue across the backdrop. No gels, no swapping fixtures, just a dial twist. That saved us setup time and gave us more options to present to the client. Outdoors, during a short interview, it became a reliable key. The portability made it easy to carry across a park, and the silent cooling meant we didn't compromise audio. That's the kind of scenario where this proves its worth. Zhiyun offers smart accessories that expand what you can do with the X200. The Fresnel lens triples the punch when you need a focused spotlight, perfect for dramatic contrast or long throw setups. The 40D softbox is compact and quick to build, while the larger 60D softbox, both sold separately, gives broader, more flattering coverage for portraits. Because the X200 has a Bowens mount, you can attach any modifier you already trust, from softboxes to beauty dishes. We even tested a 90cm parabolic, and suddenly this small light felt like a full studio setup. The multifunctional battery expansion hub, also sold separately, allows dual V-mount batteries for extended runtime and keeps the setup clean by reducing cable clutter. With these options, the X200 transforms from a single light into a versatile, location-ready tool that adapts to almost any creative scenario. Of course, no light is perfect, and the X200 has a few quirks worth noting. On its own, it won't replace a full multi-light setup, so if you're after a classic 3-point rig, you'll still want extra support. The 40cm softbox works fine for quick setups, but portrait shooters may prefer larger modifiers for a wider spread. And while the fans are quiet, at max output, you may notice a faint hum in a silent room. Still, these feel more like reminders of its purpose than deal breakers. The X200 isn't built to solve every scenario. It's built to make lighting faster, more flexible, and less of a hassle. The Bowens mount alone makes it a serious tool, and the balance of portability, power, and accurate color helps it stand out. After using it on real shoots, we kept pulling it out because it just works. It fits in a backpack, sets up in minutes, and holds its own against larger fixtures. That makes it more than just another compact LED, it feels like a step forward in how small lights can serve real work. If you care about shaping your shot without wrestling your gear, the Zhiyun Molus X 200 RGB earns its place. It may not replace every light in your kit, but it could become the one you reach for most. That's all from us. Thanks for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gear reviews.